Welcome, guys. We are here for round 8 in Misano. Nicknamed Misano Combat. For those who are old enough to know about that. Welcome to Split 3. Should be a good race out there. During the warm-up session, we had some incredibly close racing. At College and Misano, I believe. Only 0.006 away. We'll see if that happens again. Alright, so the moment we got Alex and Benno on board, starting his first flying lap here. Let's see what he's got. Oh, and he validates immediately. This is the breaking point. It's got a big train to go through. Unfortunate, but it's got 9 and a bit more minutes. Figure it out. So instead, let's go with Santos. Santos in the Aston Martin, sporting those Brazilian colors. Let's see what he can do. He's currently P4 in the championship. He was worried that he wasn't going to do so well early on, but he's been steady. He stayed out of trouble for the most part. So far it's looking good in the championship. 4th in standings. Speaking of the championship, see someone is missing. Mr. Vladislav Zaskarov has not yet entered the server. That is your championship leader. That's going to give Alloy Guy a chance to close the gap. So hopefully he can get out there. We'll see. We got Mr. Bryant currently on pole. As the laps start to come in with the 136.6. Gracia goes pole to now to 135.3. Santos had put up a 136.9 himself. It looks like everyone else had invalidated their first lap. You know, track limits is a thing here. There's the ever-present danger of the drive-through for track limits. Hopefully everybody can keep it on track during the race. Don't get any of those. But you're always bound to see it. Blanchett puts up a lap with what is that, 136.7. Jason Friesen put up a 139. Lots of room to improve on that one. Still waiting on half to field to put up a valid lap. Let's hop on board with Mr. Tom Bryant from Triple R. Currently up by 6/7. Let's see if we can get that on screen actually. Boom. Gonzalez goes pole to 134 flat. Tom Bryant gets to P3 with the 135.2. You'd expect these first laps to be banker laps, and then maybe a quick dash to the pits, and then as people start to pull it all on the line. So we've got Sean Collis on the board with the 135.5. We got Stuart Pryor with the 135.6. Tom Bryant's got a nice looking livery there. Not too flashy, but it does stand out and pop quite well. Good choice of colors. It's gaining a little bit of time. Oh, a lot of time through the kink there. He's up by a tenth and a half. Can he hold it? As you see, Toby Yao was exit. Oh, good exit there. It's 3/10 up. That could get him back on into third place if he can hold it through the final corner. Keeps it in the track. And stays P4. Did he invalidate? No. It was an improvement, but it was not enough. That guy had just gone a bit faster. So we've got Gonzalez with a 133.6. In his McLaren at Conway, last week's winner, runaway winner. In P2 with the 134.2. That guy is on the ball with the 134.4. Do we got any big gainers out there? Let's take a look at Blanchette. Ryan Blanchette. Who's got colors this time? He had been running mostly a black livery, matte black, but we've got some red and white here with a little bit of green. I like it. I really like it. Good to see some color out there from Mr. Blanchette. He's invalidated his app, unfortunately. So let's go hop on board with Mr. Pryor here. In the Aston Martin. Currently up by 3/10. He's going to need, 4/10 to get an extra position. Let's see if he can do it as he gets towards the end of the lap here, heading to the hairpin. And lots of room on the exit there that he could have taken. He loses some time, but he gains some of it back. Not very clean through there, but can he get anything to the last corner? Oh, a bit too much on the exit. Invalidates that. He'll have to go again. He'll have about 2 chances. We'll go to Mr. Conway. Also with an updated livery, the After Hours Porsche there. Currently up by 3/10. He's gonna need to find about another 3/10 if he wants to take pole position away from Nicolas Gonzalez. Alright. Through turn 14 hairpin, heading into turn 15. He's getting a little bit of time, but he's going to need more. Uses all of the exit there, up to 4/10, 4.5. He could use a bit more in the exit there. It is an improvement. I'll give him with the 133.9 second into, oh, he's probably out of fuel. He's not going to get a chance to go out. So, we'll put Gracia on deck. Currently in P6. Current fastest lap is a 135.1. Him and I had a very good racing earlier this week on Tuesday here. We were nose to tail for a majority of the race. Good battling. So he's up by 1/10 and a half. What can he do is gain some time through there. 14. Swipe it. Loses swipe it. And so here go. Through turn 15. Runs it out wide. Through last corner. Can he get? Stays about a 10th up. Is that going to get in position? Maybe. Maybe P5. Yes, he does get P5. He'll have one more attempt at it. Let's hop to Shimbeno. Currently up on his time. Current best lap is a 135.394. Up by 2/10, which will get him in position, but can get up on the next row, if he can get the 3 and hold it. 0.3 that is. Nice little queue forming up there. Perhaps someone able to take advantage of some slipstream. As Shimbeno here heads towards the hairpin. Outright. Oh, no. Too wide there. That wouldn't validate his lap. He'll have one more chance at it. Actually, this whole group will have one more chance at it. They can cross the start-finish line. Don't need to spread themselves out here. Who do you want to catch for the final lap? Who do you want to catch? Let's watch Son Collis. Looks like he's improving on that lap. He does at the 1:35.3. We know he's got a third. Oh, he abandons that lap. Unfortunate. So we'll go to Glacier, who was up by a lot, up 7/10. He jumps up to the second row, the 1:34.3. That's his qualifying done. Casey Gould's currently up, sitting in P13 right now. It's up by 2/10. He's gonna need almost a full second if he wants to get to P12. And he loses the rear there. Casey Gould is done. Do we got anybody else? 720 is on track. Alex Shimbeno. Currently running dead even. He's gonna need to take some liberties to go too wide there. So Conway's the only one's left, and he's half a second down. Will there be any last corner heroics? 6/10 down. I don't think he'll be able to improve. He's going into the pits. That's it. That's your order, set and done. Nicholas Gonzalez on pole, followed by Conway, Ike Guy for P2 and P3, Gracia and Brian for 4 and 5. So bear with me one moment. I'm going to go address our participants, and we shall be right back shortly. All right, congratulations, guys. Well done. All right, so you've got a 1 hour race. You've got 2 mandatory pit stops. It's an optimum track. The ambient degrees is 27 degrees, and track temperature is 34. Again, you've got 2 mandatory pit stops. There is no refueling allowed, so make sure you've got enough fuel to go the distance, including a full formation lap. There is a 50-minute window in which to complete your 2 mandatory pit stops. So if you pit in the first 10 minutes or in the last 10 minutes, that will not count towards your mandatory tally. So that's a warning to be very careful on your opening laps. Hopefully everybody read the pre-race briefing. We don't want any heroes on the first lap. Your goal should be to get through the first lap with no incidents and with no damage. You've got plenty of time to use a bit of strategy to get around your opponents. So once again, no heroes in the one. So you've got about 1 minute to go. Make sure you've got your appropriate setup on. Make sure you don't have your qualifying tool to go. And good luck. Alright, we're back. We're here. We're ready to rock and roll. We got Gonzalez on pole. Conway in P2 in the Porsche, last week's winner. Aloe that guy in P3. Glacier in P4 in the Bentley. 16 guys out there. Should be a bit fun out there. It's a 1 hour race. 2 mandatory pit stops for these guys, which they have to change their tires. And there's a 50-minute pit window for them to get that done. If they pit in the first 10 minutes or the last 10 minutes of the race, that will not count for the mandatory stop. Let's change up our view here. Get some timings on the board. Alright, so for those of you who may be new to ZRL and watching for the first time, you see some nice little colors for class, but they are not indicative of pace. Instead, they relate to their person's tenure. So if they've done 10 or less races, they are the rookie class, or aka AM. 11 to 30 races is the silver class, which we designate as the veteran. And for those who have competed in 31 or more races, those are elite class, aka the platinum or gold category. We round turn 15. We're coming up on the last corner now. And let's see. We'll start on the copter cam so we can get as much view as we can get as we head down in turn 1. Will there be any sadness, or will they get through cleanly? Lights are out. Away we go down to turn 1. Gonzalez leads. Everybody looks to be nice and clean through there so far. A little tap from the Bentley maybe. Ike guy losing the rear a little bit. We got Tom Bryant trying to go around the outside. Friesen and the McLaren on the inside. To rest through we go. As we head down to the turn 8. Porsche goes a bit wide. Oh no, Sean Collis is in the wall. That's no good. Hopefully we'll be able to keep that going. We got Santos, Blanchette, Stuart Pryor, Casey Gould, all through here. Hasbrook, and then McLaren, I think that's him in the back. A little bit touch there. Pryor gets nudged out wide, loses 3 positions. So we got no meatballs, so far so good. Ramrod Racing Crew is looking good in P6 and P7. We got Toba Yao there in P8. So we are through the first lap. No major incidents. Just Sean Collis in the walls. We got some action there in the back. Blanchette's defending. McLaren tries to go around the outside. Good pass there. Oh no! McLaren's deep. He knocks out Blanchette. That's not what we want to see. They get back going. Unfortunate. Hopefully they can catch back up. Let's take a look at our leaders. Gonzalez, your pole sitter, leads Harry Conway, last week's winner. You see the 2 Bentleys in the back there. Running usual formation for those 2. Field begins to spread already as they begin to get into their pace, which is good. Still a long race. They got plenty of time to make up positions. They got to do pit stops as well, so a little bit of strategy at play to work. As we complete our second lap, we are looking pretty good. All systems are go. How you guys doing out there? Gonzalez starting to stretch his legs a little bit. Mr. Conway is doing his best to keep up. Oh, that was to be a lag. That was very scary. I thought Gonzalez was going to get killed there. Good thing that didn't happen. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Alright, field spreading out here just a bit. That's okay. They're not on top of each other. They're not getting into any incidents. Got pit window opening in about 6 minutes. So far the big mover of the day is Aiden Hasbrook. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. If not, if you watch it back, Aiden, let me know. How do you pronounce your name? He started last in P16. He's made his way up to P11. Can he get to the top 10? We'll see. Got Casey Gould, currently running 10th. He had his first top 10 finish last time out with Barcelona. Can he do it again? I'm sure he'll be very happy for 2 top 10s in a row, as apparently there's some connection issues with some of these guys. Hopefully that doesn't cause any issues. That's looking kind of scary. Got Alex and Benno trying to chase down his teammate, Justin Friesen. Shimbeno, the newest member of the team, had his first race 2 races ago. Tobiel right behind him. You can see different wing colors, so you can tell them apart, but mostly the same base color. I like the thinking there. And we got someone in the pits. The 3rd member of this guy, so he's probably had some serious wall damage, so it would have been better if he could try to make it out for 4 minutes. That's going to be about 3 laps, so he didn't have to go back in. So now he'll be forced to do at least 3 stops minimum. It takes roughly 1 minute and 10 seconds to complete a stop. Oh, right, the window is actually open. Bad math there. It was first in 5 minutes. So he's good to go. He's made his first stop. Tobiel trying to get P7 off of Shimbeno there. He's sticking his nose in. No room there yet. Gets into the slipstream. He's not close enough on this corner, but can he be close enough to head down into the hairpin? Well, he's got a little bit of run, but I don't think he's close enough. Is he going to be able to Stick it down the inside. It goes a little bit wide. Is he looking for the setup? Oh, it gets a little bit twitchy there as he hits one of the bumps. He loses his momentum. He'll have to regroup. Try again. Checking back in with the leaders. Conway is sticking with Gonzalez. Gonzalez is not able to get away. As you can see, Billy is gracious catching up as well. So we could have a three-way fight here. The window is open. Collis is coming out of the pits. So he takes care of one of his mandatories. Hopefully he's taking care of that damage he received earlier on lap 1. Do any of them go for the undercut? The undercut is pseudo strong. There is the issue with the DHD tires that it takes 2 laps to come into its prime working range. Let's see what strategies they have. Are they going to go with an even split? Pit every 20 minutes? Or is someone going to attempt to go long and have particularly fresh tires at the end? Tuesday night we had a little bit of everything. Nothing appeared to be wholly superior than the other. It really came down to how well you executed the pit stop itself. Did you hit your marks? Did the crew have to move you? Gonzalez flirting with track limits there. So early invalidated this one. He had to drive through for track limits on the previous race. Is he going to repeat that for this one, or has he learned his lesson? Eric Conway is inching every bit closer. Not close enough. Looks like he's got quite a bit of wing there as Gonzalez has got the speed down the straight. Conway is eating him up in the corners. The other pit? Nope. No one takes a look at the pit. Yao's looking pretty close. And looks like he has got the move done on Shimbino. He missed it. But good move for Tobiao. They're both pointing forward. So it's probably clean. We see Santos not too far away from the leaders. He has made his first pit stop. Back up to the lead. Appears where the action is at for the moment. So, those of you who have been following along, Zakharov, our points leader, is not here today. Not sure what happened. But guy in P2 in the championship, although that guy is going to stand to make up quite a bit of points. So hopefully he's got a good race. Doesn't get into any incidents. Playing the long game. That will definitely put him in contention. We'll have 2 to go after this. So you got the top four separated by less than 3 seconds. Love to see it. As someone's coming out of the pits there that wants to be Reed Aldred. He's letting him through. Conway looked to have a run, but he catches too much curb there, loses momentum. So we've got Pryor and Hosbach in the pits. Getting their first of two out of the way. So far, no stop go 30s, so no one's sped into the pit lane, which is good. It seems to me that Conway is being held up here. If I was him, I'd go for the undercut. Make Gonzalez respond. I think that's the play. What's he gonna do? Around turn 15, does he dart in? Nope. They continue to play. So let's take a look at Sean Collis. How's that bonnet looking? Bonnet's looking clean. Clean as a whistle. So he repaired his damage, which is good. Santos in the Aston Martin, currently P4 in the championship. Sitting in 11th. Got Hosbach right in front of him in the McLaren. What can these guys do? Really restrict the exit there from Hosbach. As you see, the leaders there in the background are catching these guys. Through the hairpin we go. Nice and tidy from both of them. They're keeping on the track, so they don't appear to be flirting with track limits at this point in time. Oh, and as we see a stop go 30 on the board from Justin Friesen. That is no doubt one thing. Speeding in the pit lane. That's going to really hurt his race. Not only unfortunate, they'll be really hard to make up. Hopefully he doesn't do it again, or it will be impossible. Alright, so the battle's heating up with the leads here. It's getting closer to that time where somebody's got to duck into the pits. Who's going to be the first one in? Is it going to be Glacier? Is it going to be that guy? They're not fighting really hard at the moment. But at some point, somebody's got to get out of line. Harry's looking close. Not close enough. Oh, is it snap? Gonzalez loses it. And now we'll promote Conway to the lead. Now he's got to go. Go, go, go. We believe that he had the pace. Now he's got to disappear. Gonzalez is in the pits. Good call. So let's see. Conway's current best lap was a 34.0. His last lap was a 35.2. Let's see what he can do in open air. In the after hours Triple R Porsche, we can see already that he's beginning to extend the gap to Guisha and P2. We got Tobiao in the pits, Casey Golden in the pits. Leaving only your top three yet to make a pit stop. They got 2 to do. So it looks that Conway so far has gained about 4/10 on Guisha on this lap so far. We'll check times at the line. See what everybody's doing. Got Yao exiting the pit lane now. Conway 34.8, Guisha 35.0, Aikai 34.7. As Aikai takes esports line through turn 2 there. That's a cut and a definite warning. So if he gets total 4 of those, that's going to be a drive-through. So hopefully he doesn't do that too many times. Got some lap traffic coming up. Santos and Haasbrook. Now would be a real good time for the leaders to get into the pit so they don't get held up. Gonzalez was able to complete his pit stop without any issue. No, without speeding in the pit lane. Is he going to be able to regain the lead with an undercut here? Let's see. They could potentially get held up here. It's a good time to get into the pits. Alright, around the final corner, and we got Guisha in the pits. Alright, guys in the pits. That leaves just your leader, Conway, the only person who has not yet to make a pit stop. So this might cost them a little time. Hopefully they're able to make this exchange without any issue. Santos holds the line. That appears to let him go through easy enough. He's got one more car to pass in front. Haasbrook. So while we wait for them to come out, let's go take a look at Ryan Blanchette in the Ferrari. Got Sean Collis in front of him. This is the battle for P13. New colors today from Ryan Blanchette. He's typically run a matte black finish, all black. But today he's got some color, some red and white, a little bit of green. Could be a special livery since we're running in Italy today. Regardless of the reason, I like to change up. So here is Stuart Pryor. His best lap is a 34.6. He just ran a 38.6. He's already done one pit stop. Doesn't appear to be carrying any damage, which is good. Mr. Pryor has been pretty consistent with his positioning. Tends to stay out of trouble. Running the Aston Martin colors from F1, so I like it. With that chrome pop to it, looking pretty good. P10 at the moment, followed by Casey Gould. We got Reed Aldred. It's a battle for P10 and P11. Aldred, aka Shy Guy. Car looks pretty good. Doesn't look to be a lot of sliding. We'll lose the rear a little bit there, cuts the corner a little short, but doesn't appear to lose much time to Casey Gould. So your leaders are out of the pit, and they're all on top of each other. So no change of position through the pits. We got Guesha looking on the outside. Oh, and there's a touch. Guesha is in the sand. Good thing that there is sand there, otherwise he would have been in the wall. That will promote Ike Guy back into P2. And his teammate Nicholas Gonzalez, your pole setter, will promote him into P3. So as you can tell, Bentley and the McLaren have very similar liveries there because they're on the same team. Oh! Deep on the brake goes to Bentley. Conway got spooked. That knocks him offline. So now we got a drag race down to the hairpin. Or a pseudo hairpin. Turn 8 we go. Bentley looking to go on the outside of the Porsche. Holds it nice and tightly there. Now you got Gonzalez trying to peek on Ike Guy. Are they going to work together? Or are they going to race? 2 versus 1 on team battle here. Guesha has recovered, okay, he's 6 seconds in the background there. If these guys fight long enough, hard enough, there is time for him to recover. There's another pit stop that needs to be made. What a battle we've got for the lead. Conway, Ike Guy, Gonzalez. As you see, Ike Guy goes wide there. That might be a track limit warning. So he could be sitting on 2, which is not where you want to be at this point in the race. You still got over half to do. We will keep an eye on the battle. We'll take a bit further look in the pack. Shine the light around a bit. We got Tom Bryant running in P5. Solid effort. Currently running in the low 135s as he goes a bit wide there. Could also be another track limit warning. Got Ryan Blanchett, P14. In the Ferrari, Justin Friesen. Been relegated to P15 after getting a stop go 30 for speeding in the pit lane. He's got one more pit to do. Hopefully he doesn't speed the next time he goes in. His teammate, Jason Friesen, sitting in P16, as you see another one of his teammates in front of him, which is Alex Misano in P7. And Gonzalez is in the pits, going for the super undercut. Oh, as you see, there's a bit damaged there on the side. Is he going to repair that? We'll try to remember to check that out a bit later. We got Casey, Golden Readout Dread, still running together. Casey's made up just a little bit of time over the past 5 minutes or so. Not a whole lot. Casey's in the pits, going for the undercut. Hard on the brakes. Hopefully he was not speeding in the pit lane. So we see a bit of strategy at play here. We've got some early pitters for their final pit stop. Gonzalez the first in, Casey Gold's right behind him. They gotta go 30 minutes, which isn't really bad, but other people will have fresh tires towards the end. As Aldred goes a bit wide there, losing a bit of time. That might enable Casey Gold to get around him. Alright, so your current fastest lap of the race appears to be from Nicholas Gonzalez with a 1:33.954. And a very close second at the moment, Eric Conway, best lap of a 1:34.074. We got Casey Gould running through the pits. We're halfway through. Maybe the heat are wearing on these guys' tires a bit. It's a 34-degree tech temperature out there, which isn't too hot. It's readout as it goes into the pits, but no doubt a little bit hotter than most of these guys are used to, as a lot of server admins tend to keep it in the low 20s or mid 20s range for that artificial extra lap time. I look to be cleaning up pit entry. We got Shimbino and Toby Yao. This is the battle for P5 at the moment. Casey Gould's a lap down, having already taken his last pit stop there. Conway is stretching his legs there. They have the top three has spread out for the moment. Quasha is holding station, losing a slight bit of time there, running in the high 34s. Obviously, maybe carrying around a bit of aero damage. We know that the Bentley isn't very aerodynamic friendly to begin with. Could be worth repairing that in the pit stops. We see there's some blue flags there in the back. And why is Gonzalez back in the pits? Is something wrong? I seem to think that's his third pit stop. Maybe he got his tire pressures wrong or something. That's gonna hurt. He had a chance to win. Your pole sitter. Mistakes were made. I hope you guys are enjoying the race broadcast. As I stumble over my words from time to time, my tongue is not working very well today. It's making me mad. Gonzalez is in last place with an extra pit stop. Blanchette's in the pits, taking what is hopefully his last pit stop. Guacia is hemorrhaging time. Guacia needs to get in the pits. How's that car looking? I mean, it looks okay, but his pace is not there. Needs to get off those tires. Maybe fix a little bit of damage. Hopefully he can have a run in the end. Got 26 in the pit minutes to go. Let's check in with Rosero Santos. Currently running P8. This is how this guy gets them. He stays out of trouble. He's not always the fastest, but he's usually very consistent. He stays out of trouble. Getting those free positions. Ike guy is falling just over 2 seconds back from Conway. Conway is laying down the laps. Though on the last lap they were kind of even. Both of them putting up a 34.3. Justin Friesen's in the pits, taking his last pit stop. That will temporarily promote Sean Collis into the top 10. So, in about 5 minutes, we're expecting a flurry of activity in the pit lane, and we'll see what the real running order is. Aiden Hasbrook, first race today. He's got Casey Gould behind him, who's a lap down. Alex and Benno not too far up the road, just a little bit over 2 seconds. So Hasbrook's last lap was actually his fastest lap, the 135.373. And uh-oh, there it is. For 2 races in a row, Nicholas Gonzalez is in trouble with track limits. That's a drive-through penalty. That will certainly send him to the back of the pack. You hate to see it, but it's a long race. You gotta, that extra 1/10 of a second isn't worth a 45-second pit through the pit lane. Or a trip through the pit lane, as I meant to say there. You gotta keep it on the track. Better luck next time. We got Nürburgring and Kailami Crown Jewel race up next as we get towards the end of the season. Oh, it takes a bit too much turf there. That's going to be invalidated. As you can see, he ended up off track for catching a bit of grass there. McLaren is not one with the bumps. Gonzalez is in the pits to serve his drive-through penalty. Sean Collis is in the pit, taking his final pit stop. Ike guy falling back. Ike guy's only real chance is to get into the pits, lay down some quick laps while he's got some fresh rubber, and see if he can force Conway to do something. That's his only chance. That being said, he doesn't necessarily have to win the race. His championship rivals, the car, is not here today, so he really just needs to collect some points. Hasbrook heads into the pit lane. It's not speeding there. So we got Brian in the pits. Toby Yow's in the pits. Hasbrook's in the pits. Collis is on his way out. As coming up on 20 minutes ago, we're going to get the true sense of what the real running order is. Gonzalez comes out in 15th place. Almost a lap and a half down. Collis exits. He's got one of the Ramrod crew in front of him. As that person goes wide, 74, that's Jason Friesen. Not a battle for position. That guy's 3 seconds back from the leader. Guacia's another 10 seconds back. They're losing time. They need to rectify whatever reason they are losing time. For a chance. So we got Guacia's in the pits now. Checking in with our leader, Harry Conway. You see one of the other Porsches of Bryant in the background, a lap down. Stuart Pryor's coming out of the pits. Looks like he's going to be on course for another top 10 finish. Let's take a look at our Ike guy here. I'm not sure how close he is, but I think this is going to put him a lot closer to the championship lead. As he dives into the pits. No speeding, no speeding, no speeding. Looks clean enough. So for the moment, while we wait for the pit stop phase to complete itself, we got Conway, Ike's in the pits, Shambeno's in P3, Santos is in P4, got Guacia P5, who is leading the people who have completed the pit stops. Brian P6, Toby Yao is in 7th, as Shambeno's in the pits. Aldred's in P9, Casey Gould's currently sitting in P10. So he was able to catch up to Pryor. Pryor made a mistake somewhere. So we got 2 people who need to make a pit stop. That'll be your current leader, Harry Conway, who started P2, and Rosario Santos, currently in P4. Gonzalez gains 1 position over Ryan Blanchette, we see. Coming up on 17 minutes ago. There's only 12 and a bit minutes. The pit window will stay open. the most part, it's been a pretty clean race today. No major incidents. We saw Sean Collis in the wall early on, presumably losing the rear in turn 6. And then we saw Wisha trying to make a move for the lead on the outside, which he did to me on Tuesday, but we didn't collide. But which should be minimal damage for Goetia and the number 7 Bentley. And that's about it in terms of incidents that we've seen anyway. So currently having a really good race in P6 is Toby Yao, the Porsche. His teammate, Nerliker Chen, is not here today. Girls Frontline livery. It's a mobile game. I've never played it. I've watched some people play it, but I've never played it myself. As you see him catch some bumps there. As I look up, we see your leader, Harry Conway, is in the pit lane. So where is that guy? There's that guy. Is that guy close enough to make a difference? So let's see what this lap is. We've got Conway's coming out of the pit lane now. He just put up a 34.7. Doesn't look to be good enough. There's Conway coming out. That guy is still going through turn 2. Conway's easily got him through the pit stop phase. So we got one more person to make a pit stop. Santos. Santos, get into the pits. You've been on those tires for a long time. No doubt you're probably hemorrhaging time here. See Sean Collis there in the background. A lap down. Justin Friesen's in the pits again. How is Grisha looking? In effective P3 position as soon as Santos makes his pit lane. The car looks okay, but he just doesn't have the pace right now. His last lap was a 34.6. We saw him go about 3-4 tenths faster earlier in the week, so we know he's got the pace. Oh, as you can see, there's a little bit of scuff there in the back. He does have some damage from somewhere. Someone tapped him in the rear. Uh-oh. I see a DT. That's only for one thing. Track limits. Our man, Sean Collis, has abused track limits one too many times. Got himself a drive-through, which is a shame. He crawled himself back into decent contention for points and possibly a top 10, but he's thrown it all away with the drive-through. For sure it's going to be man. Oh, I can see the scuffs on the right side of the Bentley there. He's still carrying the damage from early on. He chose not to repair it. Your pole sitter sitting in the background there, Nicholas Gonzalez. has got himself in trouble today earlier with track limits and a drive-through. Santos, what are you doing? There's less than 12 minutes to go. Do you know that you need to take a pit stop? There it is. Santos is in the pit lane. Finally. So we'll see how this shakes out. And where everybody is currently running. So that's going to promote Ike Guy in the P2, Quasha to P3. That should put Brian P4. And we'll see after that. John Collis completing his drive-through now. Shame. Away he goes. Oh, and we got a race for position there. As you see, one of the Ramrun crew offline there. That's Justin Friesen. So Blanchette and Collis are going to be battling it out for 10 minutes as Blanchette goes wide there. This will be a battle for position. Oh no! Another drive-through! What's going on? Keep it on the track, guys. You got 10 minutes. Hasbrook, who is on course for a top 10 on his first time out, has made a boo-boo. Or 4 boo-boos. With track limits. He's pushed too hard. Didn't leave enough margin. He's got to drive through. It's highly unfortunate. That's gonna drop him down. That might drop him down to where these guys are. We'll see how that shakes out. That guy is almost for. Oh no! Another one. Drive through for everyone, it appears. Everybody's getting a DT. John Collis is on a mission. John Collis versus Ryan Blanchette. This is your battle for P13 and P14. We've got a potential battle for P4 and P5. We'll have to keep an eye on that. Bryant and Yao are 1.5 seconds apart. But this is the battle at the moment. Collis showing the nose. Maybe a little bit early, but clearly he seems to got the pace at the moment. So where does he make his move? Or does he just try to pressure Blanchette into a mistake? Got less than 10 minutes to go. That mistake may never be made. As Blanchette goes wide, Collis dives down the inside through the hairpin. Thank you very much, Collis says. He gets one position back. Jason Friesen in the pits to serve his drive-through. McLaren in the background is not for position on these guys. These guys are going to be getting the blue flag, as that should be. It is not. Who is it? Is it Justin Friesen? Yes, it is Justin Friesen. Unfortunately, Justin Friesen had his own issues with speeding in the pit lane. Topped the stop go 30. That's the reason, or the main reason he's back here, but unfortunate. Hopefully we'll clean that up for next time out at the Nürburgring. Ryan Blanchett appears to be letting him go. Alright, so let's do a quick rundown. The guy who started outside of row 1 in P2, Harry Conway. The guy who started P3, I believe, sitting in second. Gracious in P3. Bryant. Oh no, I didn't catch it before, but another drive-through. What is that, 5-6 drive-throughs? What are you guys doing? You got 6 minutes to go. Keep it on the track, guys. Keep it on the track. So that ruins the battle, the potential battle for 4 and 5. That's gonna hurt. That's gonna send them back quite a ways. So that promotes Toby Al to P4, which will be his best finish of the season. Alex Sabino, P6, which this is going to be his best as well. Reed Aldred, P7. Santos, this guy started outside the top 10, I'm pretty sure. Currently running P8. Casey Gould might get 2 top 10s in a row here. The P9, Stuart Pryor. Pryor Racing. P10, Gonzalez is making up some time, and this should be for position. I'll circle back to these guys. Hashbrook, P12. Collis is in 13th. Ryan Blanchett, 14. And the Friesen brothers, we got Jason and Justin. Pit window is now closed. Got about 3 laps left. Gonzalez has got a bit of damage there. Last lap was a 34.5. So this is the battle for P10. Gonzalez clearly has the pace. This might be easy pickings. Pryor says, I don't want any piece of that. So Gonzalez to P10, Pryor P11. Pryor goes a bit deep and a bit wide there. We'll settle back down. Get back going. My guy is sitting about 4.5 seconds away from the lead. So we're coming up on the end here. Let's see if anyone else gets any more drive-throughs. Hopefully there are no more drive-throughs for track limits. There have been far too many already. It says introduce some sadness. Shimbino is up to P5. Which would be an awesome result. Hashbrook could have been up there, but you live and you learn. Santos is getting close. Or was getting close to Reed Aldred. So we've got a potential battle here. Santos can hold it together. P7 and P8. We'll see if this develops into anything. Casey Gould out wide there in the back. Alright, so where's the race leader? We're sitting at about 2 laps to go. There he is, heading through turn 8 now. So next time across the line will be the last lap. Your man Harry Conway is going for back-to-back victories. Ike Guy is looking to make some points up. Going a bit wide there in the background. So that's going to put him pretty close to Zakharov, which is going to spice up the championship battle quite a bit. Things to look forward to. Love to see it. Looks like Santos is falling back from Readout Dread, but we'll keep a side eye on it, see if anything shows up. But we'll stay with our man Harry Conway for the final lap. We'll hop on board. This one's probably better, and we'll watch him do a lap. Some lap traffic up ahead. Doesn't need to pass him. Nice and tidy through turns 4, 5, and 6. This kink is technically a turn, though I don't necessarily agree with that designation. Taking all the curve on the outside, cuts down through the inside. Gets a bit of margin on the outside there. As we head up towards the back straight now. No pressure from behind, just gotta keep it nice and clean. As we head through turn 12 and 13. Turn 14 is a hairpin. Just keeping it nice and clean. Through turn 15 we go, and finally Misano corner, turn 16. Here's your man for 2 in a row, Harry Conway. Well done and well deserved. Ike Guy in P2 behind him. Good job for him. Casey Gould has crossed the line in P9. That's 2 top 10s in a row for him. He will be very happy. Gracia P3 Toby Yao will be ecstatic, I believe, for 4th place. He's done a pretty good job to stay out of trouble. No incidents. More importantly, no drive-thrus for track limits. There it is, Toby Yao. Alex Shimbeno on for his best results of the season. We'll be coming across in P5. Love to see it. There he goes. Tom Bryant could have had a P4. Got in trouble with the track limits. Ryan Blanchett back there in P14. Got Reed Aldred and Santos, last 2 that are out. Santos closing a bit, but he's going to run out of time. There it is. P7 and P8. So there's your race. Harry Conway is your winner, followed by Ike Guy and Gracia running out your podium. Yao, Shimbeno, Bryant, Aldred, Santos, Gold, and Gonzalez. It's your top 10. So I hope you guys enjoyed the race, whether you watched it live or just watching it back on the replay. But we'll see you next time. No race next week. We'll see you in 2 weeks for round 9 at the Nürburgring. Ciao, guys.